Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May my homage to my teacher, Pinwat Lokuswamin Wahanse. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, dear friends, we have been talking about the foundation of our spiritual path, virtue. And so far, we have discussed about 3 precepts. And actually, this Monday is an extra Monday because I told you that I would do this What Buddha Said class first and third Mondays of every month. So this is the 5th. This is the first Monday, but I did the class last week as well. So because of that, I thought about, before going to the next precept, to do a recap of what we talked so far about 5 precepts. And I think it would help you to remember some of the things that we learned in last couple of weeks. So dear friends, when we were starting this discussion, I told you the ultimate goal in Buddhism is purifying our mind. And there is a path to do that. We call it Noble Eightfold Path. And that path consists with 3 practices. So it's a 3-fold practice: virtue, sila; concentration, samadhi; and wisdom, panya. So that Noble Eightfold Path consists with these 3 practices. So we can categorize this Noble Eightfold, the factors in Noble Eightfold Path, into these 3 categories. And then we discuss the foundation is sila, virtue. And most of the time, people do not pay proper attention to sila, virtue. Yes, people like to meditate, but they forget about the foundation. So without the foundation, we cannot build a stabilized house. So to stabilize our practices, our spiritual practice, we need to have a good foundation. That foundation is virtue. And then we discuss about the basic virtue for the lay people in Buddhism. There are 5 precepts. And again, we need to remind ourselves these 5 things, these 5 precepts are not some commandments or rules. These 5 things, these 5 precepts are practice guidelines. Those are like guidelines to practice our spiritual path. Then we know what are our boundaries. Then we know what we should do and what we should not do. And it helps us to keep our focus on our path to our ultimate goal, the enlightenment. Not only that, we also discuss that keeping 5 precepts helps us to get so many benefits in our life. Okay, before talk about those things, let's quickly remind ourselves about those 5 precepts. The first one, abstaining from killing living beings. Second one, abstaining from stealing, no stealing. Third one, abstaining from sexual misconduct. Fourth one, abstaining from telling lies. Fifth one, abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. And so far, we have discussed about the first 3 precepts. Not killing, not stealing, and not sexual misconduct. And also, we learn keeping precepts gives us immediate benefits. Yes, the final goal in our practice is purifying our mind completely or attaining the full enlightenment or Nibbana. So Nibbana is the liberation from all sufferings. Liberation from all sufferings. So that is the ultimate goal. But before before attaining some higher levels in our practice, keeping precepts brings us so many benefits to our life, personally and also socially. And one of the main things that we can get by keeping precept is having a peaceful mind. Why? Whenever we break these precepts, it creates so much negative thoughts, defilements in our mind. Agitation, fear, and at the end, remorse or guilt. And then we don't have that peace that we need. When we don't have a peace in our mind, we don't have the real happiness in our life. So real happiness in our life always connected with mental peace. Without a peace in our mind, we cannot have a happy life. So that's why keeping precepts directly help us to have a happy life. Not only that, keeping precepts helps us to avoid so many troubles in our life. Let's take, for example, let's take second precept, abstaining from stealing. Suppose someone do not keep that precept. They do stealing. Then they can face to so many legal issues in their life. So they are vulnerable to be imprisoned. But if someone keeps precepts and they don't do stealing, then they can avoid so many troubles in their lives. And also, keeping precepts helps someone to have a healthy life. It helps them to improve their health. Okay. Let's take the fifth precept, abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I think you know, today, neuroscientist says even a little bit of alcohol can damage your brain. Now, suppose someone keep that precept. So they avoid those issues in their life. So that's why keeping precepts helps us to have a peaceful mind. It helps us to have a healthy body. And also, it helps us to have a healthy brain, and it helps us to have a long life. Not only that, when we keep precepts, it helps us to live in harmony with others. For example, let's take the third precept, abstaining from sexual misconduct. So if someone doesn't engage in sexual misconduct, then they give safety, and they give everyone can trust that person. Then it is very essential to have healthy relationship, to live in harmony with others. So socially, it helps us to have a healthy relationship. It helps us to live in harmony with others. And personally, it helps us to have a peaceful mind, good health, and long life. So keeping precept brings us so much good things into our life. So that's why we should try to keep precepts in our life. And in one of the suttas, Buddha said, when someone keep precepts, when someone keep 5 precepts in their lives, they give safety and fearlessness to this world. Because of that, Buddha called those 5 precepts as 5 great gifts. Those are not rules, not commandments, 5 gifts to this world. So here people talk about making this world a better place. People think about social harmony. So if someone really cares about social harmony and making this world a better place, they can simply keep 5 precepts. So when they keep 5 precepts, they give 5 gifts to this world. So what are those 5 gifts? Abstaining from killing beings. Then they give that fearlessness and safety to this world. And the second one, not doing stealing. When someone abstain from stealing, so they promote the trust in this society, and they give the security to this society. And when someone do not engage in sexual misconduct, so they give respect to this world. And when someone keep the 4th precept, so they don't do lie, they don't tell any lies, then they give the trustworthiness to this world. And when someone keep the 5th precept, they give the clarity to this world. So when someone keep 5 precepts, they give 5 gifts to this world. And so in every angle, keeping precepts brings so many good things to someone's life. Okay, so then let's quickly talk about the first precept, abstaining from killing living beings. So dear friends, I think you might remember the Pali words, Panati Pata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. I undertake the precept of abstaining from killing living beings. So when someone practices this precept, they practice non-violence. They do not harm to any living being in this world. So they practice non-violence. and then they give safety to this world and fearlessness to this world. However, there are 5 things that should be fulfilled to make that bad karma. Suppose someone think, I should kill that person, or I should kill that animal. Yes, they have that intention, but they do not perform upon that. Because of that, even though they have that thought, that intention in their mind, they do not break that precept. I think sometimes people ask about having such thoughts in their mind. Yes, it still is not good, but having such just thoughts inside of the mind do not break any precept. But there are a couple of other things should be fulfilled to break that precept. Okay? So what are those things? The first, there must be a living being. So there must be a living being, not a dead body, a living being. And the person should know that a being is a living being, that living beings still exist, is still alive. So he should be aware of that. Should be know about that. Okay, there's a living being, and now the person is fully aware this being is alive. Then here is the most important part: intention. Then that person has an intention, his mind, to kill that living being. Still, there are only 3 things. Okay? Then he put effort. That person put effort to kill that living being. Then, as a result of that effort, that living being should be killed. So what if someone put effort, but that animal is not being killed? So then still they do not break that precept. Still it's not good. Still they make some bad karma, but it's not the bad karma of killing a living being. So all of these 5 things should be fulfilled to break this precept, the first precept. But when someone complete all of those 5 things, then they kill. They make the bad karma. They make the bad karma of killing a living being. It means they break that precept. And but someone can practice ahimsa or non-harming, okay? Or someone can practice compassion. Okay? So how can someone practice compassion? Buddha said, you should put yourself in the place of other beings. How do you put yourself in the place of other beings? Buddha said, reflect wisely. I love my life. I want to live. I do not want someone to kill me. Like me, all the beings in this world love their life. They want to live, and they do not want to be killed by someone else. So Buddha said, by putting yourself into the place of other beings, you should have compassion toward the other beings. And with that compassion, you should not kill any living beings, or you should not harm any living beings. So this is a very wonderful thing. So if everyone can think like that, so this world would be a wonderful place for everyone to live. Then everyone feel very safe, no any fears, and everyone can live with happy mind always, without any fear of someone come and kill, take myself, take my life. So that's why killing, we need to put ourselves into the place of other beings. Then we should practice ahimsa, or non-harming, or we need to practice compassion. And also we need to cultivate those thoughts of loving kindness in our mind. We need to spread love and compassion toward all beings in this world. So it helps us to keep that precept. Then it is very easy when our mind is full with thoughts of loving kindness and compassion, then the intention of killing someone, a human being or any other being, will not arise in our mind. So we need to fill our hearts with love and compassion. And also, Buddha said, we need to practice this precept in 3 ways. Okay? 3 ways. Okay? What are those 3 ways? The direct action. It means we avoid killing any living beings. And then we do not encourage others to kill living beings. We do not encourage others to kill living beings. And when we see someone abstains from killing living beings, then we praise it. We acknowledge it. We appreciate it. And that someone could be me also. It means when we do not do the killing living beings, we should praise it. We should acknowledge it. We need to have a happy mind about that. So then practicing, so we can practice keeping this precept in those 3 ways. And practicing, so when we practice this precept, it helps us to have a peaceful mind. Okay, now let's go to the next precept, not stealing. What are the Pali words? Adinadana, Veramani, Sikkhapadang, Samadhiyami. I undertake the precept of abstaining from stealing. So, dear friends, when someone practices this precept, so they protect the trust in this society. And let's talk about what makes an act stealing. So the first thing, there must be an item that belongs to someone else. And then we should know about it. We should know, oh, this doesn't belong to me. This belongs to someone else. And then there must be intention to take that item. Actually, there must be intention to steal that item. And then they take, with that intention, they take that item. So when they take that item, they break that precept. And so think about like this: there is intention to steal something, and they touch it, okay? And they touch it. Still, they don't break the precept. Still, they haven't done that bad karma. But they change the place of that item. Then they make that bad karma. They break the precept. And when in one of the suttas, Buddha said, when someone do stealing as a result of that, because of that bad karma, their wealth and property could be destroyed. So that is the bad consequences, one of the bad consequences of stealing. And again, one of the bad consequences of doing killing living beings is they don't get a long life, and they are exposed to so many diseases in their life. They become very they will not have healthy body. But when someone does stealing, as a result of that bad karma, their property and wealth could be destroyed. And but when someone keep that precept, they avoid making such a bad karma in their lives. And instead of doing stealing, someone can practice the opposite of that. They can practice generosity. They can practice generosity. And again, there someone has to practice this precept in 3 ways. So the direct action, it means like they do not do the stealing, and then they do not encourage others to do stealing, and they praise people when they do not do the stealing. So it is called the threefold of purity. Threefold of purity. And then when someone keep that precept, it helps us to weaken the greed in their mind. So why most of the time people do stealing because of the greed that they have in their mind. But when someone avoids stealing, so it helps them to weaken greed in their mind. And then they can develop their meditation practices easily. And also, when someone avoid stealing, they let go of the agitation, fear in their mind, and they can have a very peaceful mind. And then the third one, the third precept. So what is the third precept? Abstaining from sexual misconduct. Abstaining from sexual misconduct. So we discussed about this precept last week, and this helps us to keep the peace in our society, especially within the people who are around us. And also it helps us to control ourselves. It helps us to liberate our mind from impulsive thoughts. And it helps us to control our lust. And it helps us to keep the social ethics in this society. And what is sexual misconduct? Cheating and betrayal. And also we talk about like exploiting power and ignoring consent, and acting and also taking make someone to do sexual activities without their consent. So those things are considered as sexual misconduct. And we need to understand always sexual misconduct is connected with unethical sexual activities, and someone should perform it physically. Just having thoughts about sexual misconduct in someone's minds doesn't break the precept, but still it creates some bad karma, but it doesn't make the bad karma of doing sexual misconduct. And when someone engage in sexual misconduct, they make a bad karma, and that can lead that person to have enemies in their life, and also they will be exposed to hostility in their life. And also mentally, it leads to guilt and some constant agitation and inability to stay present. And also socially, it creates so many chaos in the society, and it can break families, and it can damage reputation of someone. So, but when someone avoid doing sexual misconduct, then they can avoid all of those problems in their life. And also we discussed some of the things that we can practice to avoid sexual misconduct. We talk about we need to practice mindfulness. So it helps us to notice our impulsive thoughts in our mind before those thoughts convert into actions. And also we talk about practicing santutti, contentment, finding peace, and being satisfied with what we have. And also we talk about another meditation, practicing asubha meditation, contemplating on the nature of the body, or contemplating on the impurities in our body. So those things helps us to control our lust, and it helps us to keep that third precept. So so far we have talked about those three precepts, and I think you must have got some good knowledge about these three precepts. Still, we have to talk about the fourth precept and the fifth precept. Okay, so let me do the merit sharing. Today we collected merit, good karma, spiritual energy by learning about precepts. So by the power of all the good karma we collected, with the blessings of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, may you and your loved ones have a long life and healthy life. May you be successful in your endeavors. May all the good fortune come your way. May you always have a happy mind, and may you attain bliss of happiness. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.